I don't talk too tired, you slept all day.
Big yawn.
All day.
Big yawn for the intro.
You slept all day.
So join us back on the channel for another video and we catch up with Grant, sponsored rider of ours, has been for 5 years?
About that.
Yeah, covered a lot of motorsports, so introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Grant Thomson, started doing road racing 2023, obviously had all the off-road background for many years. Now we're stepping onto a road racing journey.
You've managed to achieve 2 licenses in 1 year, is that right? Or 1 season, how do you class it as?
Yeah, so obviously starting off you've got to do, you know, this license, 10 signatures to go into your clubman, and then once you achieve them, then you can obviously apply for your national.
So to do your 10 signatures you have to do 10 different tracks or?
No, so basically you have to do 3 circuits. Lucky enough with JB you can do clockwise and anti-clockwise, but then obviously 3rd circuit you have to go away.
Yeah, and you've done a lot of that then?
Yeah, well basically the first race meeting was obviously Alton Park, so my 3 circuits were pretty much ready to go then.
Right, okay.
Because obviously we did Alton Park, day after I raced JB clockwise, and then it was like 2 weeks after that I did it. It was anti-clockwise, so that was that done then, but I had to obviously do the rest of them to get the signatures. So.
And if I'm right in saying you've got to be top 10 of average speed or something? Or?
All depends, it's not so much strict on the novice side of it.
Right.
I know obviously when you get to the clubman licence you have to finish within a percentage. Not 100% sure what the percentages. I think you've got to be 80% within the race leader.
Right, okay. Which if the big boys are out is a challenge in itself.
Yeah, so obviously we've seen it a few times this year going away and a load of us have gone, and fortunately I was able to get a signature.
Some of the boys haven't, have they? So
yeah, so
you've got to keep chasing it this year.
because obviously them boys at the front, it's fast paced to hold on to, it really is. So obviously to sit back and chase them down, obviously it is hard work, but if you can get in that bracket then obviously you're alright. But
and how do you mentally prepare for that? Because if you see a big boy on the starting line,
I still get flustered, to be fair, every time. You rock up to the start, you're looking round, especially when you got a bib on.
Yeah.
You know, you rock up.
Like orange bib.
Yeah, like you rock up, you're right in like the first 6 rows, and obviously you think, oh, 6 rows is a bit far back, but there's only 3 of us on a line each time.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and see like another 20 rows behind you and you think, I'm right in the mix of this. Yeah.
Is it somewhat like of a target having an orange bib on? Or, because I know like Jamie and Ryan had it stitched into the levers, didn't they, for example? Whereas yours is just a chuck over your current levers. Or?
Yeah, I wouldn't really say, for me I wouldn't say it's a target. For other boys I'd say it's sometimes a bit demoralising.
Yeah.
Because I had it a few times this year when you'd be sat there and people come up to the garage, you'd be chatting away to them and they're saying take that bib off. Like when we went to Alton Park I was the only bib in the top 10, like that was where we were at.
And this boys have been racing for years and years and years and you're ahead of them.
Straight in with them.
Fair enough, yeah, I can see why they're having words.
They get confused about it because they think, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, and then they go, oh, you've raced, you know, previously, or you used to do track days and that, and none of them get their head around that when we went, I'd only thrown my leg over the bike in March.
Wow.
So it was good. Obviously I've had a lot of time this year to learn what's going on, but like I say, at the start of the year it was all new. I think you speak to some boys, they'll say I was a little bit wild to start with because I just went as hard as I could and just seen how.
But it's not like you don't know your limits or
no.
It's completely different. If I jumped on your 600, I'd be very tame and like I am in my enduro videos. But your background is motorsport, so when you're coming in and like you said yourself, over the few events we've been to, that I've been in the pits, you've come in and went, oh, I treat that like a motocross bike. You know, you stood up and stuff like that. So you have got the knowledge and know what to do. Whereas I'd just be on the grass. Causing, you know, paying the payment for the paramedics and whatnot.
To be fair, with like the motocross and that sort of scene, it has made a massive impact to the transition to this, because you get boys that say haven't got the motocross background, all they've done is road racing, and you can tell the difference in like the riding style and stuff. Like you come, where were we? Can't remember where it was. We were going around, it was Alton Park actually, and boys were coming in going, oh, it's bumpy out there. And I'm like, you're joking me? You know, when you've come obviously racing off road onto that stuff, it's like you get on the track and you go, well, this is smooth.
You know, tracks you know of.
So you're trying to do like 10, 12 laps around a rough sand track, you know, compared to racing on
it as well. You know, boys up front and back.
Yeah, so it has all really helped. Gives you a better understanding of like the bike and stuff, but going into like setup and stuff like that.
Definitely out with the wheelies anyway.
Yeah. Didn't want to do that at the start though, they scared me, but when I look at people and obviously they say, oh, how do you set your bike and do this and that, honestly, you could go do whatever you want and I could not tell you what you've done.
Right, okay. Yeah, because we've seen that at, with Cabot.
Yeah.
And Rigby set in, didn't he, and said you just knock it back a few on your, I think it was your bars or your leaves or something, and you came back and went, oh yeah, that's a massive difference, but with that, you like you just said there, you jumped on your bike, you rode it and came back in.
Yeah.
So you could have done that and still made no difference.
Literally, obviously, you got to try these little things to change. But I'm one of these, once I've got it set to how I want it,
yeah,
I don't touch it.
Right.
Even when you go racing in the rain, you see boys soften the bike off. I run the same, fully the same, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like I do know what I'm doing. So I just run the same setting all year.
Yeah, and then you got your baseline, and if it works, it works.
And it's like gearing. You see boys changing gearing all the time. Changed gearing once, and that was for the Sunday at Cadbourne. Just because I couldn't. I noticed it a few times in a few places. I thought this is a bit lazy coming out of the corners, but other than that, I ran Jerry gearing at every circuit all year.
And because Jerry was your most track you did last year, or just because you had it set up to either way you liked it?
I just knew how it obviously ran with all that. I try not to let these things, you know, get into my head much.
Yeah.
Like I see boys do it and they're flapping before they've even gone out.
Yeah, because it's not the right tooth.
They don't know what's going on. I know no difference.
Yeah.
I know no difference. So I just crack on and do what I did. I even ran the same gear in Italy.
Okay.
Mugello. At a MotoGP circuit, I ran Jerry gearing.
Wow.
And it did not touch the limiter down the straight, so I knew we were on for a winner.
We'll get onto that in a bit then, I suppose. Yeah. And how that ended up. What made you go for the 600?
Honestly, depends on who you speak to, depending on what you agree with, but for starting out, you don't need 1,000.
No.
You really don't.
Because in the Art Man, you can drive a 125 on a provisional, pass your test, and then go and get a Widowmaker, which is 1,000 straight away.
And I think it's mental. I really do. Even boys, like you say, do the test and then go on the road and buy 1,000.
Yeah.
I wouldn't race 1,000, not at the minute anyway. There will be a plan at some point in getting one, but at the moment I'm still.
Would you keep the 600 alongside it?
100%, yeah. Me personally, with the 600, it's an easier way to get your head around it. And depending on, to be fair, on the circuits you go to, a 600 is just as much as 1,000.
Right.
So obviously I've seen in a few races this year, you know.
Yeah, you've been up there with the thousands.
A long straight, yeah, you're going to get left behind, but then as soon as you get into a corner, you're straight there again. So it all builds up. But I just don't see the point that if you're just starting out to go out onto a big bike, to learn what's going on and to figure out what's going on. The 600 is plenty, and even a stock one. Mine's a stock bike.
Yeah.
It's fast for what it is, you know. You don't need anything mental to start with.
And you can still get parts for your bike and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you can do whatever you want really. Obviously you can tune engines, you can change valve timing and stuff like that to make it faster and have it on the dyno and run it how you want the fuel coming in and stuff like that. But me ideally, I think if you're going to start, then the 600 is, you know, the perfect bike to do that on. Obviously if you're a younger lad, you see them all on these the 300s and the 400s.
The 4-stroke machines.
Yeah, you see a lot more of them. Obviously they run British BSB.
Okay.
So they have their own championship for that. But like I think there is a cap limit on what you have to be think you have to be 17 or 16, 17 to actually ride a 600.
That's still, in my eyes, quite a young age to jump on a 600.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because in motocross you can only go up to a 125 or 250, can't you, around that age?
Yeah, literally.
So it's a hell of a bike.
It's a jump straight on. Like obviously...
And going around the circuit.
Yeah, because young Alex Galloway, he's just turned 17.
Yeah,
so
he bought things all
bought Shipton's all about 6.
Yeah.
So he's now made this transition into the 600 class. But I know, like obviously he's not a big lad, but it's not small. He's like right in that bracket where the small bike was too small for him. So he was itching all year to obviously move up, but now obviously he's at that age that he can do
Doesn't
that
have
now.
going away with you sometimes in the 600 as well, because you've been 2 events together, haven't you?
Yeah.
So he's done exactly the same, some of the same ones you've done.
He's done the same circuits, and you know, it's hard to, when he comes and go, what are you doing here? I'm like, it's completely different. I'm coming into there a lot harder, you know.
And he will be one to watch out for.
He will be, to be fair.
Yeah,
he's white, he's a good little rider, to be fair to him.
I agree. So what's your plan for this year? I see you caused a storm last night at the Andrews Racing Association Awards. Took a few medals home now, and none for your dancing, I see, but
no.
I'll make sure I put a video of that up.
I think Strictly Come Dancing might be on the phone very soon, to be fair.
If it all goes south,
cut the bike race and get the tap dancer shoes on.
Really not,
so this year, it's obviously, it's my main goal this year. Obviously, is the Southern. Like that is the main thing that we're doing. We will be potentially doing all the whole World 100 Championships,
which started at the end of March.
It's something like
that. He was little feet. So yeah, sorry, back to your main goal. So
obviously the Southern 100 main one this year. Obviously we're getting your national licence. You can go straight to the Southern.
Yeah.
And
is that an invite only, or is it?
No,
you
can put your entry in, but it's not obviously guaranteed. You know, you have to be accepted into it.
There's a fair few new boys going, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yourself, Wayne,
there's a couple. I was obviously the tragedy of what happened last year.
Yeah.
I still have all them boys because really they did one night of practice.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you're still going to have all them. So potentially it's going to be quite a big newcomers thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so it'll be a big race in itself.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get the coverage you deserve, because
fingers crossed.
some events get overshadowed, don't they?
Yeah. And then just the build up really didn't know what sort of step to take it, but obviously I wanted to be on the bike as much as possible. So I think I'm trying to get away the first weekend of March to a track day, just to try and get a bit of feel on the bike. Hopefully everything's going alright, the new engine will be in.
Have you done much of the bike over winter? Because it is winter, isn't it, technically?
Yeah, so
other than riding enduros and motocrosses, you can't take your road bike out.
Not really, no.
It's not even a road bike.
So the bike, obviously at the end of the last round was the endurance race for me and Rigby.
Yeah.
We teamed up for that, and then
that was on your bike, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then obviously it was a wet day, so it came back. And to be fair, I literally cleaned it and gave it a good clean over. And then to be fair, it sat in the garage for a while, well, till the start of January really.
Yeah.
Needed just a bit of time just to have a break from it all, because I love it, but every single week you'd race Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you're in the garage, Thursday you're packing a van, Friday you're either on the boat or, you know,
itching to get on the boat.
Yeah, and it's
work in the morning and then back it.
Yeah, literally overnight boat, home, showered, off to work. Yeah.
But you say that, but in the blink of an eye, it's a new year. You've got the 2 licenses out of it.
Yeah, and it's done.
And you've
so
done it now, so
it was literally just the case of after that last meeting, I thought I'm having a little break here. So started doing bits and bobs, not massive much. Forks and shock have just come back. Andy down at AGR's just serviced all them. My fairings at the moment are waiting to be painted by Scott Thomson.
Yep.
He's doing all them for me.
Same colour scheme this year?
Same colour scheme.
Not the rainbow scheme,
Not
son
the rainbow
pushing
scheme. But even that in itself, like I was up there last weekend, helping them prep the fairings. You know, racing around Germany, there's a lot of stones. You don't realise how many stone chips you get. So I was up there with him, prepping them really. And when I sat down and was doing bits with them, I thought these take a lot more work than what you think. You know, it's a job in itself.
And the other option is you buy new, but it's going to happen exactly the same, isn't it?
Buy new, but then you still got to have it fitted onto the bike, and then you still got to have it all sanded down, then primed, and you're pretty much in the same boat as what you're doing anyway. And obviously fairings aren't cheap. So, and obviously I've got a set for here and a set for away, so...
Yeah, because you can't race 44 across yet, can you?
It's only because 9 times out of 10 the boys that normally rode the year before, they get the number off the term. It was the same for me, like over here, I got the number off. Because I finished in the top 10 the Centre Championship, so I was third.
So could you run number 3 every year?
Yeah, so they asked me did I want number 3, but I didn't want it, I wanted to stick with the number I'm.
Because that's quite common every year, isn't it? Because like enduro wise, Danny's 43, David's 101.
Yeah.
Even though like the running orders 1 and 2, them two.
Yeah, so
pickles me OCD.
The only man that really runs it obviously is Ryan, which fair play. If I had the number 1, I'd run the number 1.
Yeah. And he makes his graphics, make sure you see that number 1.
Yeah. You know, I take my hat off. You know, take my hat off to him as well. You know, when you watch him, it's like, I don't understand how you've just done that.
No, and he's not the tallest of men, is he?
No, it always makes you laugh when you go around a corner and you see him cranked over on whichever side, on the opposite side, the foot's hanging up in the air.
Yeah, perfectly vertical foot, and he's just hanging on.
But you know, it's fair play.
It's great to watch.
You know, he goes out there on the 600. I might be wrong, but I know he definitely did a 105. Could have potentially did a 104. Round Derby. Now, my fastest round there is a 108.3.
Wow. It's because he's too tall.
I know. But then you look at that and you think, what you've just done there, technically you're 4 seconds a lap.
That's a lot.
Faster.
Isn't it? Yeah, in a race, that is a lot.
And you see it, you come out, you think, oh, you're there, and the next thing you know, you're coming through Snuffy's onto the back straight and he's already tipping in towards the finish line. You're like,
just let off.
How are you doing it? But no, big respect for that. You know, it's been good to be fair racing with them boys, and I've learned a lot off them.
Yeah.
Obviously they've helped me with bits and bobs, and I've asked like, what do I do here, or where you go and what gear and stuff. You know, they have helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, because you would return the favour to them if they were ever stuff.
Yeah.
You probably have as well.
So it's nice just to get their feedback and stuff like that, because you know they've raced for a long time. So anything that we can get in, you know,
Fingers have been out there on that track for
it's like Jamie as well. There was a RPM track day, I think it was building up towards TT, I think it was around there, and I literally sat behind Jamie for a full session and just learned everything off him.
What do you prefer, the test days, which are run through like Andrea say, or the track days, which are, you get a mix? But I know Kyle's really good for grouping you all together, isn't he? So is it the same over here? Is it the same as a test and a track day?
It's weird. Test days and track days, I enjoy them, but I'm not a massive fan. You know, obviously everyone wants to race.
Yeah. Okay.
I just basically use the track days just to get some time out on the bike, which obviously it's there for. But it all depends how it works. Like we went and did that one at Cadwell, which was really good for the amount of time you got on riding. I think they were like 20-30 minute sessions.
Yeah. Night and day.
How many then did we do? We must have done about, I think we did 5 in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the whole sessions in a day.
All the time.
And it was good.
That was the first time you were there, and you went behind Blake.
Yeah.
And then the second session he was behind you, so it was like kind of a learning for the both of you, wasn't it?
Yeah, because like he said he'd been there before, so I went out. I thought, well, I've got this thing that I just go out and go hell for leather, which
not always a bad thing, but
it's not. But with a place like that,
weekend,
you just think to yourself, and you're going out there and you're thinking, don't crash, because you'd just be a tit if you crash, you know.
Get more views if you crash, so can confirm.
Yeah, my bank account feels it as well.
Yeah, your bank account's a bit different to my bank account when a crash happens. Especially when you're away as well, because there's just nothing worse, is there?
Yeah, you've got to take so much really for it. But like, no, I do enjoy them, but obviously it's, once you've done so many of them in a day, you get to a point where you think, right, that's me done now. You're not bored, but you're just like, I know what I need to do now, so let's go home.
Take the win kind of thing, come back to
because like last year when I was doing it at the start of the year at JB, because obviously there's 3 classes, so there's big bikes, little bikes and novice clubman. I was out in all 3 sessions.
Right.
I was literally going out the big bike, come back in, putting fuel and going straight back out in the next one, come back, putting fuel and going straight back out. You know, I wasn't technically throughout the whole day really, I wasn't actually off the bike.
Right, okay.
So
is that good for you and your bike, or is it?
Obviously there's a bit more strain, obviously, because your bike's not having time to just have a rest, but at the time I just need the laps. It was literally what it is. I needed as many laps as I could just to figure out what was going on.
Good testament to your bike build as well, though, I suppose, if it's just coming in and getting fuel and going back straight back out again.
Yeah, well, it was the same with all like the racing as well, because obviously I would race, I'd have qualifying in the morning, so I'd have open qualifying, then I'd have, I think the sidecars are out after that, then I'd do 600 qualifying, and then to be fair, the novice and clubbing race, that's the last class of a whole day as well.
Yeah, it was a long day on the race side of things, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Get you out in the morning and a massive gap in the middle.
Yeah, so obviously I would do all that, and then same for the race, so you'd race 2, race 4, race 7, what it was.
Yeah.
Basically the same order in the format, you know, like I would always be the last race of the day.
Yeah.
So you sat there, the biggest gap here is literally from race 4 to the last one.
It's got lunch as well, haven't it? So by the time you're all out of your levers and all relaxed and
So you'll always do the first open race, I think it was, before lunch, and then straight after lunch there'd be the sidecars. Then we'd go out for 600s.
Yeah.
And it just all go in full swing again. Then obviously if there's a red flag or someone's hurt, you know, it drags out longer, or the weather comes down.
Yeah, because I suppose that's the worst part side of racing, isn't it? Like the red flag side of things, is you've waited all that time. People are, boys and girls are ready to go out and race. It does cause a red flag, and then sometimes the track doesn't have to give you that race back, does it? It'll just take your position up a lap or something. Or
yeah, it can just literally take it. Now if you have to go, for it to be declared, obviously as a position, you have to do half race distance.
Oh right, okay. So
you
it's
have
10
to
laps,
do
5 laps. Right,
you have to do half race distance. If not, 9 times out of 10 going to restart it.
Yeah, because we were at Cadwell and they pulled the red flag, didn't they?
Yeah.
And all the lights were cooled down, and then they got you back up again.
Yeah, then we were back out again. But even then, you don't know how long you're going to be. You're still sat waiting.
No. Which wasn't cold neither, was it? It was quite a hot day for the bikes and yourself.
It was horrendous. It was as hot there as it was in Italy.
Yeah, nice though, but not for the bikes.
No.
As Quinn found out.
Yeah, the kettle. To be fair, mine was nearly the same. Mine was red hot all weekend.
Yeah, we had the air blower on it for so long.
We were putting one battery on charge while the other one was on. And
Jenny did well though.
Yeah, Jenny did really well, to be fair.
All the fuel you pissed on the floor. So that was good.
That's just standard that though, every time.
Money to burn, mate, money to burn.
Oh, I wish.
So out of all the tracks you did last year, what was your favourite, would you say?
Really enjoyed, obviously, racetracks, Cadwell.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed Cadwell. That was, obviously I rode at Alton Park a few times and I thought, oh, this is mega, and I do love Alton Park.
You had a scrap at Alton Park, didn't you? So.
Yeah, but then you watch all the videos and stuff like that, and then you go and ride Cadwell. The eye-opener for me, when we went down, had a look, and you see the mountain there, and it doesn't look anything. But when you come around that right-hand corner on a bike, it's like vertical, and you're like,
sometimes that happens without even trying, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I came over following Blake, and I seen him drive up the hill, and I thought, right, I'm going to go now. And as it come up, it just went up, and I couldn't find the rear brake, so I just had to chop the throttle, let it drop down. And as I was riding off, I thought, if I'd have been a second later there, I'd have been off the back of that. And that was on the second lap of my first run round there. Because I followed him for a couple of laps, and then I got down, I thought, right, you have to start finding my own markers and stuff, and that's basically what I did.
That's another thing about them test days, isn't it? That you can I noticed the hustle in the pit lane is everyone wants to be at the front, but if you're not at the front, you kind of, like yourself, like you're an experienced rider, but it's new to the track. But like you said, you go out with the mentality that you want to ride it flat from the start. There's always going to be like me, example at the back, just peeling the man, getting the eye and stuff like that could get in the way. Because you've seen on one clip at the hill, you're coming up and then you've had to go straight back down again because they haven't gone anywhere. They've just looked at each other.
Do you find it, to be fair,
like, what do you do with that, like mental wise, or jeffing in your helmet and just keep going?
To be fair, you are swearing quite a bit in your helmet. You know, we're all out there doing the same thing, you know, so you can't be mad, but I always find, especially Cadwell, I find it really bad. Go out the track and somehow I'd be back towards the front and next thing I'd have about 50 bikes just all ahead of me and I'm like, have I missed something?
Yeah.
And then I'd go out and try and learn and stuff like that. There's a few times as well, and you know, you come into things sometimes a little bit harder than someone else. The odd time I near enough, you know, had an accident because, like you say, over the mountain, you've got someone that's going over it and you think, well, you're coming over the bottom of it with a lot more drive. Once you go up there's nothing you can do.
No.
And there was a couple of times when enough went through the back of
someone. There's a lot of start somewhere, but
you
don't want to ride your bike off for the sake of someone riding around.
But at the end of the day, we're all out there doing the same thing, so you can't get mad or anything like that. Even though in your helmet you think, get out of my way.
Well, I usually get the 40,000 revs behind me, so
I was going to be beside you.
Usually you, and then you make me panic and I'm going ahead for you. Life goes on, as you say.
But no, so Cadwell's definitely my favourite. Alton Park, really love Alton Park as well. One of the best corners at Alton Park, Shell Oils. It's like a hairpin. As you go off the start, you go through a right-hander, up over a rise, left, and then there's a long straight around the back, and then it kinks left. It's like a motocross berm when you go to Shell Oils. You crank over and it's like cambered, like really steep. And you just don't understand how it works. I still don't understand how it works. You go around there like on the side of the bike, and the bike's sat there like that, and you think it's like being in a rut. Right. It's just holding you the whole way around.
Wouldn't know. I usually go over them.
But I really enjoy that, and then over the top of, I think it's Clay Hill. Could be wrong. Someone will probably tell me that I'm wrong.
Someone in the comments kicking off.
And then into Druids. Druids is really fun over the top of there because you go through, it's like a double right-hander, and as you come over, because you're still cranked over on the side, you go over a little rise, and obviously the bike's on the side of the tyre on the back wheel. So it's really good. Where else would be? Anglesey. Anglesey is a really good circuit.
Some people refer that to like being like Derby, which is confirm, or is it just because like the way it's set up? Like,
no, to be fair, I would probably agree it is sort of a bit like Derby. Not obviously, there's a lot more up and down cambers.
Yeah.
I prefer the international circuit more than the corkscrew.
Okay.
Basically, once you come over, once you've done the back straight and over the top, as you come back down like one of the hills, the corner goes left. Now if you carry on going left, it goes up to a straight to a hairpin, that's the international. Otherwise you go left over the top of a rise and then right into the start and finish. I'm not a massive fan of it, to be fair, because when you flick it over the right to go downhill, you feel like you're going down.
Yeah.
You're on the side of the tyre going, don't wash out, do not wash out. But we've been there twice. I've done one corkscrew and one international. Most
racetracks for road racing, or it is classed as road racing, your field of motorsport, road racing. Because that's your goal, isn't it? Road,
for me,
is it to be on the road? But what would they call it? Probably what motorbikes and circuit racing.
Circuit racing, to be fair.
I'm sure. Like you said, someone correct us in the comments.
Yeah.
Can't call it that. It's this.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's basically what it'd be, really. Like you get the difference on what you want to do. Like you get boys who just want to race circuits. Obviously, when I started this and I was told Mum I was going to do it, she wants just circuits, and I was like, yeah, just circuits. I had no intention of just being circuits. It was never.
Is this the worst? Not the worst sport, but is Cat more on edge with this one, or?
I'll let you know in the first week of July.
I'll be there. I'll be recording you, mate. So I'll have to get a cat cam on just to see you reaction.
I think
that fella does the trains, you know, where it's sat right at the top of him. Just get a cat on that one.
I think she's alright, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, you can't hide the fact
it's not going to stop you starting them, is it?
No. You know, you can't hide the fact it's dangerous.
No.
You can't hide that fact. It's the same with anything. Like I say, you could go outside and get hit by a car or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, like lobkers and storms and stuff like that.
Exactly. It's just one of them, you know. You see all the hate of people on Facebook and stuff like that, you know, when there is a tragedy, and it's like, at the end of the day, all of us know what we're doing.
And that's the main point, isn't it? Like, the organisers of these races aren't going to you, race for free at Mara Entertainment, and we won't do anything about it. Like, you are signing a disclaimer to say...
We're paying to ride.
You're paying to ride.
We're paying to race it, you know.
You're signing your life away, technically on a piece of paper, which the club is not accountable for, which is fair enough, because that's part of any racing. So like I said, people on Facebook, yeah, there is tragedies to any sport really, but I don't know, I think if someone doesn't like something, you'll see it more. So like, definitely GT, the news will just run with that because it's a once in a lifetime thing, isn't it?
Once a year,
it isn't, but like, because it's not every weekend, they just run with it, don't they? And everyone's just like, cancel it.
Yeah, you see all that, and it's like, you could be a cyclist, people playing football, you know, you see people playing football
having
a heart attack in the middle of the pitch, you know. It's one of them.
But they've died enjoying the sport they're doing.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? They haven't been forced to do it or anything like that,
you know, I've always said it, and if obviously touch wood and nothing.
Let's not put this one out there, but yeah.
No, you know, but if anything did happen like that, you know, I'd rather it being like that than being anything else. Because at the end of the day, I'd be more mad, you know, if I went outside and
hit by a double decker.
Yeah, you know, you think, and you do see stuff like that, you know, you see boys go race motorbikes, they'll race a TT, and then a week later they get injured doing something that's nothing even relevant to bikes, and just like
flying off a push bike.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll should be good fun. See how she is anyway, building up to that. I think the nerves will be quite high on that point.
But it's on your doorstep too, isn't it, the summer?
Literally 2 minutes away from the house.
Just down the road.
Down the road, so, and living down there all my life, you know, I know the circuit, you know, so it's all...
It hasn't changed, has it?
No, nothing's changed. Obviously racing it, so it's different to being like driving and stuff, but you know, as a young lad, cars and all, you know, late at night,
no comment.
Racing around, you know.
No comment, yeah. I guarantee PC Snitch will be watching this video. What did they say at 14?
Yeah, so, but no, it's exciting. I can't wait for, you know, some new...
To be fair, we've got D-restricted roads, so, and there is D-restricted roads on the circuit.
Yeah, so it's all good fun, you know. I've got a lot of time, I say a lot of time to prepare, it'll be here in no time, really.
Yeah.
Entries open, end of this month, start of next month.
Yeah.
So I'd be going straight in.
Yeah, they're quite clued on with the media side and stuff like that, the entry side, aren't they? Because they're always pushing something out.
Yeah, it's literally, they've just had the classic ones come out.
Right.
So obviously that's first, that's the weekend.
Before TT? No.
Yeah, I think it's the weekend before practice week,
Friday,
isn't it?
Saturday, Sunday, isn't it? Sorry.
So they'll be doing that, and then obviously everything will get ready for going for the Southern then.
So you'll be doing the pre-TT?
I was going to, but trying to get a classic bike, it became more of a hassle than what it was worth, you know what I mean?
Right, okay, yeah. But if someone knocked on your door, seen this video, just get
like I say, I would do it.
Yeah. But you wouldn't buy one just like...
I couldn't justify buying one. Because at the end of this year I've got to get a new bike for next year anyway.
You're sticking with 600s there?
Yeah, 600, because obviously if we're doing the Manx, you've got to ride a 600.
Yes, so last year you could have done the Manx if you'd got your licence before.
So if I'd had my national licence, the day before the first practice, I could have been doing it this year.
So you could have done Southern and Manx this year?
Yeah.
And from your point of view, would you have been ready to do both?
No.
No. You were just happy with
I had my 3-year plan.
Yeah.
It was always a case of I wanted to get my national done in a year because I knew I had to wait a year anyway. So the aim was to always go to the Southern this year. That was the aim.
Right.
The Manx, I'd love to, but for being a first year racing, and I think what they do if you have to have it for a year, I think it's wise. It's a safety reason. You know, you can't. There's your national license. Go race off the top of Ray Hill. You know, it's not. It wouldn't work. I mean, personally,
you have a track to learn that.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be ready.
Some boys, what they say, an average is 10 years before you learn it. And the DOI are out every weekend changing it anyway,
so they say
it's irrelevant, isn't it?
To say for you to really learn the whole circuit, it takes you 3 to 4 years.
Mad.
But then you look at it and go, alright, you go and learn them 3 years, nothing's changed. And you come back on like the 4th year, and the whole place being retarmacked.
Dug out gooseneck, done the hairpin, and Black Bridge is now steeper.
it's you know, you got to learn it all again.
Yeah.
So, like I say, at the end of this year, it then will be full preparation for the Manx.
Right.
The entry's open.
And would you use your new bike for the Manx? Or
I have to, yeah.
You have to use it?
Yeah, because my bike last year was in the 10-year bracket.
Right, so it goes by year of frame or year of bike? Or was that the same thing?
It's weird because really it's the frame because it's got the number on it.
But
yeah, you could go and buy a new frame.
Yeah.
But then I sit there and think, well, even if I go and get another new Kawasaki, everything off my bike still fits these new ones.
Oh, right, okay.
Which I think's mad. So
in a way, yeah, but it's also good for your pocket.
Yeah.
If that's your setup, you're happy.
So obviously the plan for me would be go to the Manx with 2 bikes.
Right.
Because I would, if anything was to go wrong with the new one, I could take bits off the old one and put onto the new one.
Well, you might just not like the new one because you've rode the old one
for
so long.
And then you just have to be, you know, it's all going to be learning again.
Yeah.
So it's just going to have to be a case of what I want to do. Not really planned anything at the minute.
No.
Been looking in, but to buy a new bike now, I got lucky with mine. But to buy a new one, you're in the region of 15 to 20 grand.
And that's just from the showroom, it's not a race bike, is it?
No, that's a race bike.
That is a race bike.
That is a race bike, but it's a bike that's done a year or 2. So,
right, okay, so it's not even new, it's
no.
Someone had to go on it.
Someone's raced it for a year in full BSB or stuff like that.
Wow.
Or
which, 15 grand seems, fair.
you see it and it's like, yeah, fair play, you know you're getting a good bike.
Yeah,
you know
it's
you
going
are,
to be rebuilt.
it's going to be ready to go, but then you sit there and go, 15, 20 grand, yeah.
Sat in your garage. In the cold. you can't race. Well, you can't live in it, can you? But then again.
You look at it, I always sit there looking at it and like I say, me and that, you know, she laughs, she just goes, that's a house deposit, man.
Yeah.
But you can't race a house at the end of the day.
You can't.
So,
exactly, yeah. You actually can't race
it.
Yeah, that is true. But my house is on the TT course, so it's not cheap and buy.
Bring all the way past.
Yeah. That's it, if you have a breakdown, but I'll put the van out around the back.
Oh no, it'll be good. It'll be very good.
So you're pushing the same, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not passion, because obviously that's the same drive to get so many places this year, so many signatures, or
No.
burnt yourself out last year and just want to take a race a month, or?
So up to the Southern, we'll literally be racing all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And then once the Southern's finished, I think I'll just be doing like a selected handful of races away, you know.
Yeah.
I'll 100% be for doing Jersey Championship. That's what we'll get done. And go from there. But other than that, there's not really much more planned really, you know. Once I've done the Southern, that is the goal, the Southern. And then once I've done that, I'll just take a bit of a step back.
Yeah.
Because the whole build up to then is going to be mad.
Nothing really starts at the end of March, does it? Or
So really, when you look at it, basically doing like 6 months on, 6 months off. Really, obviously it's not as much as that, but it's a long old period. You know, last race was October.
Got a 4-year-old race bike over there. You right, Jeff?
Obviously go into this year as well with a new team helping me as well. I'll be riding with the People's Bike, obviously for the road race scenes, which is meant to carry over to the Manx next year as well.
That's good then. So you've got them for next year as well.
Yeah. So
Frankie that rode for them previously.
Yeah. So obviously.
Well, I know. Sorry.
So Frankie rode for them for a couple of years, you know. So I'd always been around them all, you know. Obviously, because I was literally fixing all Frankie's bikes.
That's right. Yeah.
Like I went to the Manx with them, the Southern. We did all sorts, and then last time he rode with them was for Manx 22. Unfortunately, he fell a little bit ill towards the end of the year. Even trying to get ready to try and do it again the following year just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And obviously, I got on with Janice and Cubbo really well, you know. And it was about, I think it was like towards the end of August time, round about then, that Janice, you know, she basically rang me and said, look, we've had a meeting, nothing's fully set in stone yet, but would you like to join the team? And you know, obviously I've been around for that long and it sort of just felt like, at least going in there, I'm not going to be like, how does everything work, you know, what goes on? So obviously straight away I went, yeah, let's sort some details out and go from there. And then basically it was again, and she just said, we want you to ride with us. So obviously we knew that for a little while. So obviously I kept that, you know, to myself for the time being. And then they put a post out at the end of the year, basically saying that I joined with them. And there's another lad from across, Jack. He's obviously going to ride with them as well. He's going to the TT, so he'll get the TT and the Southern.
So he'll be at the Southern with you as well?
Yeah.
No.
So we'll be working out the People Bike truck.
Yeah.
So it should be good fun, to be fair, and to have that extra bit of backing, you know, it all helps massively, you know.
I was going to get onto that, like finances. Is that all out of your pocket so far with the sponsors that have helped on the?
I've had like last year, you know, I obviously FESI, who I work for, you know, very grateful for what he did for me. You know, the time off work, sponsorship of tyres, you know, and just the general knowledge that he
used to race as well.
Yeah, he's obviously raced, and so he knows the whole thing with it. We also got Neil's Advocate as well. They came on towards May last year. He helped me out a lot as well, you know, with expenses and tyres and stuff. Isn't it? Actually. RPM events, you know, TY Lettings, there's loads of you know, yourself. Every little helps, absolutely every little helps. But, so, you would say 90% of it came out of my own pocket. Like, that's the reality of it, you know. Everyone that helped me, I couldn't be more grateful for, you know, because it like got towards the end of the year and you're there scratching, going, oh, what do I do now? And these people come together and help you, you know.
I agree, and without everyone's help, you know, you can't go out and do these races. You
can't, and obviously it is
hard getting sponsorship.
It's very hard, you know, and I can understand why it is, you know, because people look at it and go, why would you want us to put towards your hobby, you know, and that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, and that's how when you send the email off, that's how some people see it, don't they?
And I feel cheeky, you know, asking for it. I really do, but unfortunately, with the sport that we do, you've sort of got to do it. Like this year, obviously, same again. Everyone that was with me last year has basically come back on again this year. Obviously with the People's Bikes as well. Sai.
Got Ash Kelly as well now.
Ash Kelly, he's joined the team as well. He's come on board. He messaged me at the end of last year saying he'd like to get involved, so he's now jumped on board.
And he's just a new start plumber, is he?
Yes, he's plumbing and heating. So
put links in the description below and stuff like that. For
yeah, so like I say, and obviously when I do all these videos and these races, you know, they all come in it.
Oh,
Here's the boss himself.
Yeah, Jeff.
But no, you know, very grateful for everyone that's helped out. Like really grateful. Obviously Scott as well, Paint Reference. You know, he's done that for me as part of like sponsorship. So every little helps.
I agree.
You know, it's such a hard, expensive, demanding sport, but we absolutely love it. You know, it's what we all live for.
Yeah.
You know,
and there's no point in being the richest man in the graveyard, is there? So
exactly, you can't take it with you. You know,
Yeah,
everyone
you
says, so to speak, "Yeah, we spent so much." I'm like, yeah, I have. Don't regret any of it.
well, if you can't, alright, but you must not keep track of it, otherwise you'd just be depressed all the time.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
It was only really towards the end of the year when I was like, oh well, because you don't look at it, you just spend them.
Yeah.
You can still think about it. You're having a great time. You just
Yeah.
chuck it all in, and it's only like when the end of the season, you know. You want to go get some coffees or that, and you look and go, well, I've used a fair bit here.
Yeah, maybe not.
But no, it should be all good.
So, from an outsider looking in, the tyres are probably the most expensive bit.
Yeah.
And then, like your engine, if that ever goes wrong, which did it go wrong last year?
Yeah.
Twice? Once?
So engine wise, obviously, I went to Italy for a week
Yeah.
to go do some riding at Mugello. What a place!
Yeah.
Honestly.
And that was on your own bike.
My own bike.
Shipped
To Italy, and then we flew over. Got obviously raced. That was all under focused events.
Right. Okay.
So obviously, I'd bought a new engine, like a faster one, but unfortunately I'd done a weekend here at Derby on it, had a few little teething problems with it, got that sorted, then went to Italy, you know, first day, get there all giddy, you're ready to go, the first session of the first day I was like right, and it wasn't going very hard, no, just learning, just trying to figure out where I was going, and then lap 6, I thought, I'm going to open up now, end of the start straight, bang,
In Italy.
in the first session. Yeah, first day in Italy was very interesting. Isn't that right, Amy?
Yeah.
It was your holiday though, wasn't it, I mean?
Yeah, it's a nice holiday.
Yeah.
Nice holiday after that first day. First day was tense.
You know,
I wouldn't have liked to be
And expensive.
I would not like to be there when that happened, to be fair.
Let's put it this way, I went and sat in the back of the truck and cried for about 10 minutes.
Wow.
No, I didn't really know what to do. Really didn't know what to do. I sat there moping. And then he basically said to me, "Do you ever find a bike or we'll go shopping?" I was like, "Oh, I found a bike, didn't I?" I wasn't going shopping for the next few days.
So you went shopping? No.
No, I
You
didn't
hired a
go
bike?
shopping. Lucky enough there was an Italian Suzuki team there, which was very hard. You know, me and Amy walk over to this truck and there was,
Give us your best Italian.
Yeah, it was like Billy Bob.
yeah, it was one of them. I went over to them and there was a lady sat there and another man, so I just went over, you know, chatting away, and they were just like looked at each other. Looked at Amy and Amy goes, "I don't think they speak any English." So I was just like, "Do you have a bike to rent?" They were just like, I just went,
advertising and
"No." They were just like, "No English." I was like, "Oh, this is great, isn't it? This is great." And all I could get was, "See other guy."
right.
And I was like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I said to him, "You wait here, I'm going to go find." So I went off a big march trying to find this guy. Not real, he was only stood at the back of the truck, but I went for a big march to find this fella.
Big head on you as well.
Yeah. And Amy rings me and goes, "Get up here now, he's here." So I was like, right. So ran back up to the top and he was like, "We can give you a bike." He had a stock. He said, "If you want 1,000, we can have one built for tomorrow." But I was like, "I'd rather 600. So he had a stock Suzuki 600 sat in the van that cost me €1,500. I was like, "Oh, this is handy." Wouldn't take a bank transfer because he said that the money wouldn't come into his account until
Yeah,
such and
probably
such.
on home.
Yeah, and then So between mine and his card, and I had to transfer the money between our accounts, even taking cash out, but I couldn't take the whole.
Banks all over that.
Yeah, I couldn't take it all at once.
No.
It wouldn't allow. You only had 300 quid a day.
Yeah.
So I was going up each day with the shit like, there you go, there you go, there you go. You know, I couldn't.
Who was?
We both did it. Don't you start.
It's good if you had money in the bank, like, because I don't think I had that money in the bank.
It was a quick call home.
Was it? Right, okay. Make some fun shifting.
But no, that was unreal place.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Go
place.
back?
Yeah, definitely. Very hot though.
Yeah.
42 degrees. Wearing a set of skins and leathers. It was that.
No breeze or anything.
No breeze. That air blower that we were walking up before, that was down my t-shirt when I was coming in. It got that hot that the session after lunchtime, the Italy boys went out, none of us went out, the tarmac was melting.
Right.
It was that hot.
7 inches of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, like we had one of them heat scopes, put it on, and the tarmac temperature was 72 degrees.
Wow.
Like that bike I was borrowing, I was eating tyres for fun.
As I say, well, that just
destroyed them.
Just eat them.
And they were laughing because he goes, when we hire them out, you know, we don't ever change tyres.
Right.
You're doing 2 sessions and I'm having to put tyres. So basically the money that I gave him, I got well worth of money.
Yeah, imagine. And what was it like going from your bike to someone else's? Because of different brands.
Yeah, completely different. Suzuki was so small and compact.
Right.
Like, it looks funny me riding my bike, it's even funnier watching me trying to ride one of them. Because I'm literally like fully crouched down and sat in the back trying to keep in. It took me a couple of sessions to get used to it. Now, I couldn't fully go as hard as I want to because you crash that bike, you had to pay for it. And I was like,
you've already got one on the
in the back door, she said, do not crash that bike.
Yeah.
Do not crash. And I'm like, yeah.
You do need that advice sometimes.
And there was a fella, the first day I jumped on it, the fella that come all the way from the States.
Wow.
And had hired a bike. Well, I went out behind, didn't I? 3 laps into the session, he was on 1,000. Come down through the second chicane, and it drops down through a right-hander and flicks over the top of the bridge and out. Well, I watched him cartwheel this bike, didn't I? Cartwheeled it. I could ride the I was sat there, looked back and thought, that's handy. When the session's finished, because obviously there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah. It's all like cattle dash on the side, isn't it? Over there?
Yeah, they call it kitty little, but you wouldn't want to go into that.
No.
But yeah, I sit there and I thought, yeah, when he obviously come back, you know, they're like, right, we need to sort payment. I'm thinking, Jesus, he's just come in and we're already talking about it. But he was only there for a day, so it was like, no, we need to sort this out.
That's expensive.
Yeah, and then bikes to hire for the day was €1,000.
No, he's got an extra.
And then he had to, which was €1,000. So obviously mine was a 600.
Well, that doesn't even cover the bike though, does it? If he's written that off.
Two grand. No, it's not even done it. But to be fair, the next morning when I came back, that bike was sat there built on.
So they must have
So
got spares.
They had the whole thing. I looked in the back of the truck and it was made what they had in there. But definitely go back there again. Really enjoyed it. It was great fun. It gave me a holiday too.
I remember seeing a Cadwell how that was sold. Yeah. Part of the holiday.
She didn't know, to be fair. I just said to her, I was like, oh, do you want to come away to Italy? And she went, yeah, when? I went, oh, August. She's like, yeah, definitely. And it was the next night, mate was messaging me going, oh, have you sorted this out? And she looks over my shoulder and goes, this Italy trip? And I went, yeah. She goes, going to ride your bike, aren't you? I went,
there's a bike on the way. Yeah. Been a good turn already.
So she already signed up for it then, so. But no, it was mega fun, you know, I really enjoyed it.
So even though the bike didn't come off well, you had a good trip?
Yeah, it was really good. And then going back to like the tyres, that is the killer.
Yeah.
I reckon this year alone, just on tyres, the bill is about £6,000, just on tyres. Just on tyres, you know. But at the end of the day, starting out racing, you probably get away with part ones. Like there's a lads that bought all my part ones someplace last year.
Can you do that then?
Yeah.
Sell them on?
you know, a set of tyres for me of a weekend, for a double weekend, it's 2 rears and a front.
Boys, you got any questions?
Yeah.
Come on then, come and ask them.
There's one boy. The boy.
So what's your question to Grant then? Have you got any questions?
Yeah. The whole wheel mate.
Oh, is this bike going to be a Hot Wheels? I don't know. Should we ask Hot Wheels? Okay, we'll ask Hot
I
Wheels.
think you're going to have to get onto them for me.
Yeah, we'll ask them nicely. Any more questions?
No more.
No more. Okay.
We have one.
We only had one, and it was, will this bike be a Hot Wheels bike?
We had 2 in the
Oh, go on.
morning.
You got 2 in the morning?
Yeah. I go you. Only one in the house.
Oh, you're going to show me, okay. Thanks for your question.
You're welcome.
So yeah, tyres are expensive, but you get to shift them on for quite a while.
Yeah, well, it depends, you know, you keep a couple of them for yourself.
The likes of Jamie test days.
Yeah, literally that's just about it. But like lads, you know, for me, for a weekend of tyres, 2 rears and a front, it's 600 quid. That's 2 days, and then that's it. Then that's the whole tyre's gone. 2 days done. Like especially around like Derby and that. If you go on the clock, always wears the left hand side tyre because it's still like it just wears it so unevenly. But obviously lads that are just like starting all, you know, I just want to do it like as cheap as possible. So I got rid of 27 tyres for the week there. Let them all go for 300 quid.
Wow. And that to the person who bought it, that'd be mint, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you know, there was still plenty of life left on them.
But for you pushing on racing and stuff like that.
Being right, you know, pushing at the front to try and fit, you got to be on brand new tyres. You have to be. You see all the boys like Ryan and all them boys, they're all on new tyres. You've got to have everything sat there ready to go.
And you just stick to the same brand all year?
Yeah, so I'm Messler, that's all I run, Messler. Tried a set of Dunlops in Italy and hated them. Couldn't get on with them. So always stick to what you know. You know. Just go from there really. But like I say, the tyre bill was quite a lot. So entry fees.
Yeah, I was amazed when we were in Cadwell and Jamie put theirs up, and you, not to pick on Jamie because I can imagine Cadwell's just as bad, but yeah, I was shocked by the price. Crap like that.
It's not cheap, but none of it is. Medical cover, all that obviously it's got to go into ACU permit.
Yeah.
It is all expensive.
I think it's just because I'm seeing Jamie as a four lefts and a right.
Yeah.
And then we can go to
Cadwell. But then to be fair, you go with like of Aintree.
Yeah.
Aintree
what was that? That one,
Dallymore.
Dallymore, yeah.
Dallymore.
Literally a triangle.
Yeah, good fun that though.
Yeah.
Unreal track, really good track that. To be fair, I really enjoyed it, especially end of the year. That was a good weekend. It was nice to both 600 races because the 600 and the Dally Cup.
There's some big boys there as well playing, aren't there?
Yeah, so they were all in the Stars Dally race. John McGuinness, Charlie Nesbitt, Ben Luxton, all them boys there, Rob Hodson. So it was good. They were just on the thousands. The 600 class was good for me, you know. All, what was it, 2 in the morning, so all 600 races. As soon as the lights went out, I led from the get-go.
Yeah.
Which was nice, you know, finishing the race with a 7-second lead. Especially around there, you think, you go 7 seconds, you know, it doesn't sound much, but around that short circuit, it was quite a lot. So, but no, it was really enjoyable. Even that, you know, it's all expense, but wouldn't have it any other way.
No, that's just true, isn't it?
So, no, it's all good. Reset and go again this year.
Yeah. So where's your first race is?
Derby.
Derby in March.
End of March, last weekend in March, I think. And then, week after, I think about Alton. The week after that in Cadwell.
Yeah.
Derby.
Go.
Anglesey.
Yeah.
It's all go, so.
Is it not a bit risky on your body and your bike for getting ready for the Southern, or do you just think in your head that you just need to get on with it?
At the end of the day, you can't beat bike time.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, that makes a massive difference, I find.
Like,
even if I don't go on the lanes for 2 weeks and then try and do an event, I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, you've got to have bike time. It's crucial. I'll be the first one. I don't go to the gym. I don't do anything like that.
What you do?
I'm too lazy, basically.
Can't afford it.
No, I can't. But yeah, like I say, it'll literally just be all go to the sun, and then we'll start planning for the following year, really.
Yeah, and that'll be here before we know it.
Correct. And then
Setting off
down
down
the top of Bray Hill.
Yeah, that'll be an eye opener. I think Kat was splitting curtains on.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be there.
Mm.
I don't think she'll be as calm. Not when you can't see me for 24 minutes, you know.
Everyone, she'll be on everyone's phone, won't she?
She'll be sat there live timing the whole
She'll have us
time.
all stood at one milestone, every milestone, just texting he's through.
Yeah, so, no,
It's just a proud parent though, isn't she? You know what I mean? So.
it'll be good. Trying to find Dimmy in the van reading the book.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
Spider-Man coming in.
Taking Timothy
Oh,
for
no.
a walk.
Me ninja. No
Ninja.
one ninja. Okay.
He's a
Oh, sorry.
ninja. He passed ninja school. So. Yeah, so we'll wrap up there then. I'm going to take it and then we'll just go from Derby, March.
Yeah, go from there, and then, like I say, all the updates and all will be coming up shortly, so.
Yeah, that's it. We'll try and cover as much as possible.
Yeah, like I say, just head down and see what we can achieve this year.
Yeah, I agree. So just follow us on your socials. I'll put them all on the screen anyway. You got your own racing page now finally.
Yeah.
So we can actually
Finally
tag you
stop
in
being
it.
slack.
Yeah.
That was after you and Cad were like, you do a reason.
Yeah, everyone else has had one.
Oh, sorry,
I'm trying to
yeah.
tag you and you've got a private Facebook profile, like, cheers, this has gone nowhere.
So I was stopped being lazy.
Yeah, got it and boomed, didn't it? So,
Yeah. So no, it was good, really good. And obviously, when the roads and all be on the People's Bike page as well.
yes, yeah, they're very good, they're very active, aren't they?
So that'll all be up there. So, no, it'll be good.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
No worries.
And let's have fun 2024.
Go sleep the rest of this hangover off.
Cheers, buddy.